Hey YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul, and welcome to the first official Drop the Beat tutorial. With these tutorials, you'll be getting a better understanding of how to program your drums for certain styles of music. Sometimes I'm going to show you how to program your drums like a certain producer, let's say Metro Boomin, or sometimes I'm going to show you, like in this case, how to program your drums for a specific style or genre of music. Now, I get a lot of deep house tutorial requests, so let's kick this Drop the Beat tutorial series off with a deep house beat. So I'm going to be programming deep house drums from scratch. You guys can follow along as I put it in. I'm not going to be playing it live. I'm just going to be kind of stepping it in with my mouse and keyboard right here so you guys see exactly what I'm doing and learn how to program drums for certain styles. So let's get straight to it and let's kick it off with the kick. So I'm just put in a MIDI region here. And I might not be talking a lot in this video, but follow along as I program each individual element for a deep house beat. And keep in mind the BPM for deep house is usually around 125 BPMs. So for the kick, let's get to it. Let's find my kick here. So for the kick, we're just going to put it on the ones. If I can get to it, here it is here. All right, nothing too fancy there. Let's add in a nice percussive rim shot. Just gonna delete this. Let's bring it up to here. All right. All right, that sounds good so far. Let's go ahead and put in our snare. Now for our snare, it's pretty much also very boring. Nothing too fancy here. We're just going to put it on the downbeat here. So we'll repeat that. Maybe for our first snare part, we're gonna just do a double tap there. And for each of these, you should be kind of just adding a little bit of random velocity just to kind of not sound too robotic, but you don't have to. All right, let's go ahead and add in our clap. Now our clap is pretty much the same as the snare, except this guy we're going to take out. And let's move this up to the clap. All right, let's go ahead and do our hi-hat here, or at least our first hi-hat. So the hi-hat pattern is just going to repeat itself. So I'm going to do something quick here. Let's go ahead and repeat our region. And if you're wondering how I'm repeating a region, I'm just selecting the region, hitting Apple R on my keyboard, and just going to type in how many copies I want. In this case, I just want one, so it just copies it over there. And that works for the same thing if I wanted to just copy over MIDI data. So let's select my MIDI data right here. If I want to copy it over to the next bars, how many copies do I want? I just want one, and I'll copy it in the same spot like that. Just a quick little tip for you guys. All right, sounds good so far. Let's go ahead and add in a next or another hi-hat. Let's pull this down. Pull this one back here. Actually, let's push this back here. Let's put another one here. And let's just copy that over to the next set of the next bars. Copy over one, done. All right, let's go ahead and add in our tambourine here. So I'm gonna copy this down here, and I'm gonna find my tambourine. Here it is right here. And let's just put this in here. For the tambourine, I'm just going to also randomize the velocity. Mini transform random velocity. Actually, I want a higher velocity than that to start at. Let's go 100, let's go 90 to 125. All right, so let's quickly just add in a bass line here. I'm going to create a new software instrument track, and we are going to load in an EXS24 instrument. And I'm just going to work off the default setting right here. We're just going to push this up, put our attack a little bit up so we don't get a click. Drive to about 1 o'clock, turn this on and turn that on. And we got ourselves a decent bass line for a deep house track. And I was going to copy this down. And let's just fix this tambourine here. And let's push this down to an appropriate octave. So let's just do it bar by bar here. All right, let's move on to the next bar. Let's move on to the next bar. As you can see, it's nothing too crazy. Just kind of using just the A key. Let's move to the next bar. Sorry, I'm just making this really simple, guys, here. And let's put this maybe here. All right, let's hear how that sounds in its entirety. So without sweating too much, you just got yourself a deep house beat, and then you can add in some nice vox and maybe an effects of just like a crowd in the background, and you got yourself a nice beat. And that is how you program a sort of standard deep house beat. So you could take this idea and kind of work with it, and then kind of create your own drum pattern from sort of working off of this one. If you do have any questions on this, you can ask me in the comment section below. I am actually going to go ahead and export all this in a MIDI, so you guys can just import it into your session and have a quick sketch for a drum pattern for deep house music. So you can find that in the description box below, and download the MIDI, import it into any DAW that you may own, and you can use it with your own samples. So if you are new to Tambourine Music Mogul, remember to hit that subscribe button for more good videos like these. And as usual, guys, I'll talk to you in the next video. Talk to y'all soon. Later.